Good morning, everyone. It's Brenda Quintana here, and I hope this week's live goes better than last week's live when my eCam did not quite connect somehow with my live on Facebook. I don't know how on earth that happened, but technology is always changing and you just never know what you're going to get each day. So I hope some people here are able to watch me live. Oh, I think I see at least one person has popped on, so that's a good sign. Yay. Hooray. Last week I had a big fat zero on my thing and it was like, what's going on here? But technology is what it is, right? We have to kind of go with the flow. So I hope you all had a good Father's Day. Of course, we had a really low key Father's Day. Our son is still up in Canada, but hopefully he'll be able to join us in July. And so I spent it with my husband. We went to a really cool sculpture park. It was an outdoor sculpture park near where we live, and we just kind of wandered in amongst the sculptures for the morning. And so we had a really nice day, and I thought a lot about my dad, who passed away last year, and he definitely was a good man and a good father, and so I celebrated him in my heart this weekend. So that was it was a good Father's Day, and good thoughts. I'm trying to focus on positive things and happy things because he was a positive man, and I want to keep that going. So anyway, I hope no matter how you celebrated with someone in your life, I hope that it was nice. Okay, well, today's card, the card that we're making over today, I really like. It has a lot of layers. I tend to really love the cards that have lots of layers, and so I found this particular card kind of easy because it's kind of like plug and play. You look at the layers that you have, you look at the stamp sets you have, and you kind of just plug the images in. And this card can be done with so many different images, so I love that. So let's have a quick look here at the card. Isn't that cute? Little kid images. But look behind the kid images. Look at the layers. There's three layers, two, focal point layers where the images are. So look at the white layers. So there's three of those layers, and so that's kind of what you need to focus on with this card, is finding three things that you could put in those layers, and then a greeting. So I think it's a fairly straightforward card. I love these types of cards when they do that. So here is the sketch, and those are the dimensions, and you don't have to follow them exactly. I actually did, except for the greeting layer, I followed them exactly this time, but they are just kind of there to guide you, and you may need to change them out just a little bit to match your images, but for my purposes it worked out fairly well, so I didn't have to really do anything. So I'm going to switch over to my other camera, and we'll have a take a look at my card, and we'll see. I'll show you how to make it. So let me switch over. So here is my card, and I'm using the Dress to Impress stamp set today. And so I basically just plugged in the different images into those different layers, and I followed the template for the card, but my card looks completely different, right? You never, if you looked at the cards, you just wouldn't associate them as being the same card. And that's what I love about Casing Tuesday. And what you will love about going over to our Facebook group is that you can really see all the different variations of the cards. People use different stamp sets on each of the cards. And I wonder if there'll be another person using Dress to Impress, or I'm sure there will be many other types of cards, but this one seemed to work very well for my purposes. And I have not used the set a lot yet, so it was time to get it out. It came into our catalog last year, and I have not really used it very much, so it was time. So the Dress to Impress stamp set is this one, and it actually has a matching die set, which I didn't use. You could absolutely use. All dressed up dies is what these are called, and I don't believe they're bundled together anymore, so you have to buy them separately, but they are still available. And it does, this big die here, arc, does make a purse if you cut two of them and join them together. So they are a very kind of a neat die set. And then you have images or dies to cut out, like the shoe here and the lipstick and the perfume bottle. So it's a nice die set. I'm sure you'd get a lot of use out of it. All right, so let me set that aside. And I'll set this aside, and I'm going to show you how I made this card. I've got my 3 little layers here. Let me put them in order so I don't get them messed up. I'm already messing them up. Okay, I've got them in completely the wrong spots to start off with, but that's why I'm going to set them up like I have them on the card so that I can definitely make sure that I stamp them in the right direction. Let me tell you what the layers are. This layer is 1 3/4 by 2 3/4. This layer is 1 1/4 by 3 inches. And this layer here is 3 1/4 by 1 1/2. I'm going to use my Memento ink. Oop, and look at what I did. I just stuck my finger right in the ink. That's not a good start. Okay. I'm going to de-ink my finger real quick so that my layer or my card doesn't turn out to be smudge art. Okay. All right, now we're going to stamp all the images that I need. Let's start off right here with the perfume bottle. Okay, and I'm just going to center that into that layer. And then the lipstick. Just giving it a little wiggle on the linen because this is a linen pad, and it helps get that ink on there because there's a bit of a texture with the linen, and so it just helps if you just give it a little tiny wiggle on there. All right, the lipstick, and then the shoe. The trick with the shoe is to make sure it is sufficiently to your left side here so that you have enough room for your greeting afterwards. And we'll do the greeting in a moment, but let's take care of these images first. Okay, and then I'm going to use Stampin' Blends. The stamp set does come with these images right here. So you could take those and ink them up and then use them to color your images kind of in an artsy sort of way. But I wanted to, for this image, I wanted to use the Stampin' Blends because you can also color them. So let's start off with the perfume bottle. Just put these to the side for a second. So I thought maybe the perfume bottle, the inside would be kind of like this pale papaya color. I'm using all in colors, so I'm just gonna come along here and everything except for the label I'm gonna do in pale papaya, and this here is the lightest, the light pale papaya. There's 2. You get 2 in each set, so this is the light one. Okay, and then I'm going to take my soft succulent, the light, and it's going to kind of be a green bottle. This is kind of like a green, like a almost, I would say it's kind of minty a little bit, but I'm just going to add little highlights I'm going to use the bullet tip down here, just on the bottom here of, and just highlight the top just a little bit. And then I'll come in with my freesia light and just color this. Okay, I'm going to keep on going this way. I love how these blends just blend out, you know, the colors really, really well. All right, that is my simple perfume bottle in 3 colors. And then I'm going to do the lipstick, and I'll use the succulent light. And I'm just going to brush up on here. Just shading just on the outside there just a bit. And then I'll do this part. And this part here. And then I'll come in with my pale papaya light and just do the center part right here. And then for this, I'm gonna do light freesia up at the top, kind of because it's angled to the top. It's going to be a little lighter, and then I'm going to do dark freesia here. I don't know if I would wear this shade. I sometimes like a slight purple hue to my lipstick, but I liked it on the cardstock because I used the other one, the Marvelous Magenta, and it was a little too hot pink. This card with the freesia and the succulent was kind of subdued, and I really liked that. Okay, so then we're gonna do a freesia shoe. And you know what? I probably would not wear this shoe. If it were a sneaker or a running shoe, maybe I would wear it. I am a running shoe girl. Yes, I am. I used to wear, when I was younger, I used to wear high heels, but I just don't like them at all. I'm switching. That was light freesia, and this is dark freesia. So it's funny, I am a shoe girl, but not in the way people would think. I am a shoe girl. I like practical shoes, like hiking shoes and good running shoes and good boots, all for practical wear. I'm going to use my soft succulent dark, the bullet tip, to do the heel. Could have done it in a different color, but I just didn't want to have a freesia heel. And since I wanted to keep all my color groupings together, the freesia, the pale papaya, and the soft succulent, so let me just grab, here's the soft, the pale papaya dark too. So they do actually come together. And I'm just going to take the pale papaya bullet tip and just hit that inside of the sole. You can just see a little tiny bit. When I said they come together, pale papaya comes together, soft succulent comes together, and freesia comes together. They come together as pairs, both a light and a dark. And these are 3 of our 5 new in colors. So just very nice colors. The 3 of them play really nicely together, I think. All right, let me set those aside. We're done with our coloring. And next we want to create this layer down here with the Hello Fabulous. So I've got a piece of basic black, and I think I remember the measurements. It is actually, it's 1 3/8 wide. So what I did is I just took a really long piece of the basic black. I could have cut it right down to my layer, which is 1 3/8 by 1 inch, but then I have no handle to hold on while I'm heat embossing. So I thought if I create a long skinny, then I can stamp down at the bottom, and then I can hold on to this layer and then cut it afterwards. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to grab my Versamark. This is like a clear ink that stays wet for a while to hold our embossing powder. So I'm just going to stamp that down at the bottom here. And then I'll grab my white embossing powder. This is now available in the basics embossing powder pack. So you get a black, a clear, and a white embossing powder. And then I just dump my white embossing powder into a little container. And then I have this little tiny baby spoon that I saved from when Nicholas was little. And you know what, to be honest, I don't know if we ever used this for him, but it came with something else and I just kind of saved it. You could also use like a plastic spoon or something. Just use something that you're not going to also use for eating. And I'm just going to sprinkle the white on there. See how easy it is then to just kind of dump it back into its container. That's what I like about doing that. Oh, you know, one other thing I want to do. Just want to give this a quick flick. That helps remove stray flecks. Move this off to the side. And if you see anything stray, make sure you remove it now. If you have like a little paintbrush, you can sometimes just grab that and just flick off the little flecks. And then you'll need a heat tool. Bringing it in, it's plugged in. And I put it on high. I don't know if you can see, it's all the way, there's a low setting and a high setting. And I'm just gonna emboss this. So you'll know that it's melting when you see it change. Let me just do this side. Probably see that it's just melted. Okay, that looks good. Set that aside. See, it's all melted. You don't want to touch it for just a little bit because it is still a little warm, and when it's warm it's a little tacky and you might actually remove some of the embossing powder off of there. So I need to cut this down, but I just want to wait just a few seconds. The heat tool I use for embossing, but the heat tool also comes in really handy if you ever have to remove like a sticker from something, and you can it's a hot thing, so you know, be careful. But sometimes I've sealed an envelope, like a padded envelope, and then I realize that I still need to put something inside it. So I will use my heat tool to heat up the sticker a little bit, or the sticky edge, and then I will be able to remove it slowly, you know, just heat it up a little bit, peel it back, heat it up, peel it back. So it's kind of handy. All right, so now that it's cooled off a bit, I'm going to line this up with the 1-inch mark. Put this in, and then use my trimmer to cut it down to size. So it's ready to go. All right, so I think I've got most of my pieces are coming together here. And so I've got some in color paper. This paper is the 2021-2023 in color paper. It's 6x6 paper, and it comes in all the different colors. So you've got your evening evergreen, your pale papaya, your, oh, this one's, oh, it's polished pink, not magenta madness. Polished pink, soft succulent, and fresh freesia. So you've got all the different colors in 4 different patterns. There are 2 papers, and they're double-sided. So you have 4 patterns, and so they're just really nice colors. And a handy 6x6 pack. And so I cut the fresh freesia one to 4 inches by 5¼ inches. I grabbed myself some soft succulent cardstock and cut it to, it's 11 inches by 4¼ and then scored in half at the 5½ inch mark. So this is going to layer on here, and then we're going to layer these other pieces on here. So let me just grab my Tombow. Hopefully it's cooperating this morning. Oh yeah. Just a really light light stream of the Tombow. Okay, and then I'm just centering it right on there. And then I think the easiest thing to do is to get your bottom layer on first. So let's do that. About, I'd say a 1/4 inch from the bottom, and then centered from side to side. And then I'm just going to take this little guy and add it. So if you don't want to get into embossing right now, or you don't want, if you want to make this a simpler card, basically, you could stamp Hello Fabulous right onto this layer, right in this section right here, just with your basic black ink. Or you could cut another white layer and stamp it in black, the Hello Fabulous. So that would be an alternate, and I think it would look just as nice. But I'm following the pattern of the original card. So they had a black greeting layer, so that's what I'm doing right there. I don't often do black on cardstock. I don't know why. I stay away all the time. So, but it looks nice on here. So I wanted to kind of stay true to the original card. So I'm just going to kind of place these on here just to see how I want them. This layer here is a little taller than this layer, so I'm going to put it on first. So I'm kind of, you can match it up with this length right here, or you can pop it out just a little bit more. Just depends how you want to lay it out. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then I've got this one. And I'm just going to center it on this layer right here. All right, on the original card, I don't think there were any embellishments. So I decided that this card looks cute like this, but I just wanted to add just a little bit more to it. So I took some fresh freesia ribbon. I'm just going to bring it around here, see how much I need. Just cut myself a length. Let me tell you how much this is, how much length it's about, I'd say about 14 inches of ribbon that you need. If you're gonna wrap it around instead of just doing a bow. If you wanna use less ribbon, you could maybe do a bow. I don't know if that would be maybe just a couple inches less with a bow, but I'm gonna just turn this around like this and just knot it right there. And you know me, I've got my locking tweezers here. They're so handy. And I've made that first knot, and then I'm going to clamp it down. And then I will just do my second knot and not have to worry about sliding it around or cramping my fingers. You can take my time. Actually, you could go get away with a little less than 14 inches, maybe 13 inches. If you're really good, maybe even 12 inches, but you're, see, I cut off almost an inch there. And so maybe 13 inches. You always want to leave yourself a little extra ribbon to play with so you can cut something off, right? All right, so there's the ribbon on there. It just adds a little something. And then we've got these jewels are just fabulous. They're the in color jewels that match these colors exactly. So, but they're almost like pearlized. They capture the light really, really well. They're very pretty jewels. So just grab a few of these and just add them to the card. Ow, I just poked myself. Okay. There we go. Just adding a few. I like to always add in odd numbers. So generally I use 3. You could use 5, but then you have to find spots to put them. And I find like finding 3 spots to put them is about all that my brain can handle. And usually that looks good. 3 jewels on a card. And that's it. That is all there is to the card. And you know, the colors, they look elegant and classy. And even though I wouldn't wear this pretty freesia shoe, it looks really pretty. I'd look at it and think, oh, it would be fun to wear those, but maybe not. I'd rather go hiking than dancing. I'm more of a hiking girl, and I cannot walk in those. They just, yeah. But if you get used to them, you probably could, right? So what about you? Do you walk in heels? I like flats, and I like comfortable shoes. I like running shoes because I do a lot of walking, and I want to be comfortable when I'm walking. So that's just me. All right, I am going to go and check out your comments. So if you are new to me, you have like, what is she doing on Tuesday making over cards? Just let me point out, there is a Facebook group. We started this many years ago. We started copying cards out of the catalog, my team member and I, and eventually we started a Facebook group so we could share our cards with everyone and invite everyone to join in. So each week we jump on this Facebook group, we see what the card is, and then we go and we give that card a makeover. And during the week, everyone shares their cards. So if you're looking for that group, if you don't know where it is or what it is about, look down in the description of this video and there's a link over to the group, and you can get approved to be on there and post your own card, or just lurk, say hello, give us a comment on one of our cards. That would be great. So today, all the supplies that I talked about are on my blog. So if you're interested in any of the things I talked about, hop on over there. I will point out that on Thursday, we have free shipping. That would be Thursday, June 22nd, 2021, in case you're watching this a week from now and you're like, oh, shoot, I missed it. So June 24th. Thursday, June 24th is the free shipping day, and in 2021, and so all day from Mountain Time. It starts at Mountain Time and midnight Mountain Time to midnight Mountain Time. And Stampin' Up does that very rarely. You need to spend at least $50, but it's great because we don't have that shipping special very often. So take advantage of it if you can. I do have a host code gift of the month. This month you'll get a half pack of ombre specialty paper. And guess what? If you spend $50 on Thursday, you'll have that $50 taken care of, and then I'll definitely send you the half pack of the specialty ombre paper, and it's really beautiful. It's sparkly and lovely, and so you will love getting a sample pack of that. And then you can also choose one of my free with purchase tutorials just for spending at least $15. So if you're spending $50, you'll definitely get it, but if you just want the tutorial, make sure your order's at least $15. Okay, what else do I need to talk about? We'll have a Friday tutorial this week on YouTube, so if you want to join me live, 10 a.m. Eastern time for that. And now let me go and have a look at your comments and say hello. Good morning, Dee and Cindy. Cindy's on the move today. She's not all in one place. I hope we don't lose you. Good morning, Ellie. Good morning, Miran and Deborah and Kimberly Ann. Kimberly Ann loves the color combination. I do too. It's just very soft and soothing. Karen says, this is one of my favorite sets, and I love how you used it. Oh, well, that's great. I think I used it on something, but it's not something I put on my blog, because when I was looking at my tags today, it was a new tag, so I guess I've never posted anything. So But I do love the set. I bought it, but I just have never posted anything about it on it. So it's good that I finally got to use it today, right? Dee says she loves the colors, and Dee won't do heels either. So yeah, I'm just such a comfy shoe person. But kudos to you if you can wear heels. Good for you. Um, Kimberly Ann says she doesn't wear heels anymore. I'm a comfy shoe girl now. Karen says she used to wear spiked heels all the time. I bet you that means that you don't wear them anymore. Especially now since I'm working from home, wearing heels I think would be a little silly because the only person I see is my husband all day, and that's very briefly because he's very busy. So no need to get super dressed up here. But you know what? Everyone has to do what makes them happy. And you know what? The high heels, they actually look kind of pretty. They really do. They look pretty. You can color them however you want, but I thought they looked cool in fresh freesia and looked really nice with this kind of grouping on the card. All right, guys, I hope you have a great week. Take advantage of the free shipping special on Thursday, and then make sure you watch me on Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern for a new tutorial. I'm not sure what I'm going to do this week yet. It will be either a 3D or it will be a fancy fold, but it will be something fun. So make sure you join me on Friday for that. All right, guys, have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.